There he is. Hey, Wally.
Hi, sorry about the screw up.
I
So,
don't know.
now, listen, I just wanted to make sure everybody met one another. Matt, there's a new guy on, Mike Stewart. Mike, are you in Alberta right now?
Yeah, I got back into Calgary just before last week's video call, Wally. So I've been back for just over a week now.
Yeah, I think Matt's familiar with Rick, who is my age, and he's done everything, coached every level, and he's mentoring now in Strathmore, near your area that you grew up in, Mike, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh, but if you could just introduce yourself, a little bit of background, then I'll introduce Matt to you and give a little background. Then I had a real reason I wanted him to come on because he's been our guest before. Go ahead, Mike.
No, sorry, Matt. Mike Stewart, like Rick's from Strathmore. I grew up southeast of town near on a ranch near Indus, Alberta. If you close your eyes when you're driving by, you're gonna miss it. And came and played AAA midget hockey here in town in the southeast. Got a scholarship to Michigan State. My first year was '89. Got drafted after my freshman year. Battled it out in the minors for 8 years. Realized I wasn't going to make the NHL. Went over to Europe. Played another 10 years over there. And I accidentally slipped into coaching and learning by doing. And Wally has been a mentor of mine in particular. I reached out to him when I was first starting because I was swimming at times. And so the last 2 years I've been in Wolfsburg, Germany, in the DEL. I think it's 8 years now coaching in the DEL, and Calgary's still home. Get to enjoy the summer months and trying to find a couple players to round out our lineup. But yeah, glad I can take part in this today. Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too. That's awesome. So Michigan State in '89. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly. Did Mike Eastwood go to Michigan State?
No, he was at Western. I remember him clearly. Yeah.
Okay. I knew he was in. He was. Yeah. Okay. I knew it was Michigan. I wasn't sure.
Western Michigan. Yeah, he ended up. I mean, I don't want to say surprisingly, like he was a good college player,
Yeah.
but he ended up having a really good career
Yeah. Yeah.
in college.
I'm originally from Pembroke, Ontario, and
Okay.
Mike played for the Lumber Kings for a bit, and there was a few. They had a really good team in the late '80s, and a few players went the college route, and then full circle. Mike's daughter Taylor Eastwood is joining Queens next year as a hockey player, right? So it's just funny how life goes. But he's a pro scout with Anaheim now.
Yeah, I'd actually seen that. We don't know each other, but we're the same vintage. Came out of college roughly the same time.
Did Brindamore play in Michigan too around that time?
He did. Yeah, he was the year before me. Interesting story, because that's when college hockey became kind of chic, kind of like mid to late '80s.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, how can I put this? Like junior hockey was still junior hockey, obviously, but that's when college got big. In Michigan State at that time, we had 3 first rounders on our team, another 4 second rounders.
Yeah.
18 out of the 28 guys on our team were drafted.
Yeah.
It became like a real thing until Brindamore came out of Notre Dame at that point. Right. I think he got drafted 8th or 9th overall straight out of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And so he played at state for training camp in August, and by February, when the season was over, he was already in St. Louis.
Right.
So that he's a Spartan, yeah, about a 2-term Spartan. But he's, and I mean, coming full circle now that he's in coaching as well, he's done a hell of a job. And because Brins was super introverted, hey, you could barely get a word out of him.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
A little bit, not super well, but
Share a story about him, Mike.
Yeah.
I was coaching the Spengler Cup, and Dave King was running the national team, and he had a guy named Paul Henry who did put the teams together. He's sort of an international guru of recruitment. And Brindamore, playing at Notre Dame, was on our Spengler Cup team.
I'll be darned, is that right?
Yeah, I was an assistant coach, and we had 4 national team members on that team that didn't go to the Izvestia in Moscow, which is their Stanley Cup. And Brindamore was one of them. And one of the captain who didn't go to the Izvestia knocked on my room one evening and quite late. He said, "Wally, could you change roommates? This Brindamore kid won't stop doing push-ups."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Rod the Bod. Yeah.
I just had to get that. He's a fitness guru. I'm so proud to see how well he's doing. Gee, they played well last night, but